Okay, we should be live.
Great.
Hello, people of YouTube. Hello, people of Twitch.
ولينا كنستريمو في تويتش.
Still an experiment. مازال ما كنستريميوش officially, but it's an experiment. You can think of it as an experiment. خليج.
اليوم عندنا
اليوم الجيم كامله.
صوت انا راه متفرج ما كنعرف نكتب السطر ديال راسي.
جيت
مزيان بس كلشي غيكتب شويه. كلشي غيكتب حرف.
انا ما اسمعوا نخدموا
اليوم راه وقع لنا بريكول، راه قلت الخريق قبل. كنا عوالين. كلشي الكسيس.
اسمع
اخر مره كنا بدينا كود كرافترز عندهم داك monthly free challenge، وكل month apparently تيحلوا free challenge تديروا. السيمانه اللي فاتت بدينا كان تشالنج الفري تشالنج ديال الشهر اللي فات كان هو هيلو اركايث I don't know طالب هيلو كانوا كيقولوا بلي shell is the free challenge. حنا بدينا هذاك المره it was all going good، ولكن دابا اكتشفت ان هذا الشهر هذا there is no free challenges. كاين غير هادو، كاين لوكس واقيلا وكافكا but the shell one is not anymore.
طلع لي built Redis from scratch as expert but I don't know which one is free.
نو تا واحد فيهم اللي كاين فري راه هما مكتوب تما فري during beta. so هذاك ما بقاش
حتى حاجه فري
ما بقاش فري.
but still كود ترياج ونشوفوا شي اوبن ايشيو ديال فشي
بلاتي انا ما نسليفيش فري، اسمح لي. modern slavery. But in all seriousness شنو قلنا نديرو؟ قلنا we'll just gonna not test. حيت شنو هو اللي فري، شنو هو اللي paid؟ هو the testing, but the description of each step is still accessible. So ما تيشدوش description, so we can just implement what's described.
Can build your own interpreter وقيلا free. No.
Yes, هذاك free. Yes.
وbuild your build your own Kafka.
Yes, هذوك free. But we started with a shell. We want to finish it before moving on to something else.
Really, I prefer that we can just do the interpreter thing, but we'll see.
Interpreter maybe some other time, maybe. Hit the interpreter تما they just put, I guess they just copy the واش سميتو الكتاب اللي عطيتك داك
assignments and
crafting interpreters book.
Yep, I know.
ديال لوكس. alright. خالد عقلتي فين بقينا؟
لا
بقينا we made دوك شحال من built-in.
we actually had like 3 and then we did like the one that runs everything from like path.
Yes. Actually that.
So one second, I should be able to pull things up. Just give me a second. I need to remove a bunch of unnecessary tabs. Yeah, I should be good enough now. All right.
شكون اللي عنده شي حاجه في الدرن؟ بوليغون وميوت اخي بوليغون جا
present share screen.
اوكي هو يشاري معكم. فين بقينا اخر مره؟
right.
تحية سي خليل
ولا عزاء للحقيقة.
اوكي كتوريني ادفانت اوف كود. اوكي
Hey.
خليتيش هذيك الباج ديال ادفانت اوف كود مش عنديش بيسي من ذاك النهار.
You never know.
بس بيسم العام اللي فات.
Actually true اصلا.
I know. I didn't make that joke as Iraq.
Okay.
So I can quickly go over for
go
everyone around.
Yeah.
Just to explain a bit what we have in there. Okay. So this I think starting from the top makes it easy. Okay. We have a list of built-in commands, that we support. that we have custom implementations for: echo, exit, and type. You'll see, and these ones are actually like very rudimentary implementation. We have a print function. This is only needed because we want to flush std out after we print. So that's all it is. Okay. I'm gonna skip some parts just because we just print a shell prompt. Yeah. Get the line, right? Trim it from both ends just so that we don't have extra spaces. And then we do a couple of if else's. Today will be about making this more like better. So if it's exit, we just assume it's exit 0. We had an implementation that read the code and parsed the integer, but for now, just exit 0, okay? Echo is just reading echo, taking echo away from the command by removing the prefix with space, and then whatever is left, we print. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Then we have type. Now, type implementation ديالها is like twofold.
I have a question. So echo just assumes echo whatever you print. But echo evaluates. So echo has like technically.
I
wasn't here, so I'm just like asking. All right.
Like if you have an m variable, it would, for example, get it. هنايا type will basically check whatever you give after type. So you should give a command. If it matches one of the commands that we have built in, so one of the 3 commands, so we match it on commands find, then we do this is a shell built in. Otherwise, if it doesn't match, كاين جوج الحالات. Yeah, يا إما this is an unknown command, okay, ولا this is a command that we can find a binary for inside the path variable. So كنبارسيو path variable, you know, yeah, we look at all of these paths, we get all the files of the paths, and we check whether هاد الcommand اللي كتسول عليه exists there. And then we can say, okay, yes, it exists inside the path, otherwise it's not found. The last part is when you give us a command that we don't support, okay, not a built-in command, then we look for it inside path if it's something that we can run. If we find it, you can see this line here. It creates a program from the path. So the command ديالك مع فين لقيناها to give it an absolute path on what to run. We give it the args ديالك شي اللي بقى. Had status just allows us to run basically the command and get the output of it. And otherwise, this is not.
سمحوا لينا. Otherwise, سمحوا لينا.
Yeah.
قلت لك otherwise سمحوا لينا.
Otherwise, الله غالب. We can give it a shot, and I believe. So let me just clear. Can't go run. So غندير مثلا type ls, right? So it looks for ls. It's not a built-in command, ولكن لقاته في الباث ديالي في bin/ls. Okay. We can do echo 1. It's gonna print 1, yeah. We can do type echo. Echo is a shell built-in. So this is our own implementation, right? إلا درت غير ls, it's gonna actually run ls and then just pipe the output ديالها, whatever output it is. Clear actually works, surprisingly. And if you do type clear, you can see it.
Yeah, but technically it did run clear the shell, which technically just clears everything. So their type here, it's gonna find it in
Exactly. You can even do Python. I think Python, yeah. How do you get out of Python?
Exit.
Wait. Exit. What did it exit the naval card?
Exited from the Python interpretation.
Oh yeah, doing exit. Look at it. Yeah. I usually do quit here this way.
Quit?
كاينش quit. كاين exit.
I mean,
or something like this. That's
you
why
can
I know.
Yeah. Both of them exist. Yeah. Ula control D. Yeah. So we can do Python not found actually. Python 3 and then control D. Yep.
Do control D there?
Great success. That's the expected bed. أنا ما بقاش خدام ياك.
Yes. Yes, it makes sense. I knew because ما عندكش empty. Anyways, never mind. I know what happened. وقيلا مشات الelse ديالك وما لقيتش فانكشن فيها ديك اللعيبه.
Well,
No,
it
go,
actually
go,
panics.
go to you go to 65 and you
65 yeah ديك كمان ما لقاهاش.
I'm interested to know what it tried to actually run, because it tried to run
Try to
something.
run an empty command.
Oh, is it an empty command? I mean,
No, there is
Really?
none. That's why I said like
what do I want to print هنا? Let
you
me
got like a
print.
permission denied, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's right. Do it, please. Choose
Yes.
mode. You look to me.
No. So which command was it? Control ls quickly just to see it. Okay, so it's bin/ls and then control D. Oh. What was the previous run, Diala? Thread main. Okay, so حاولت because it was empty, like you said, yeah. It matched empty to a file, a directory. Oh, let me explain how we do the matching.
So get path is broken.
Yeah, so I'll explain how we do the matching. Yeah. Whenever we want to find whether a path exists, yeah, a command exists, we take the command, right? Okay. We take the environment variable path, right? We split on 2 dots, right? Hit path can be something.
This is also broken, but it's fine.
A like S هذا de point A B, right? هادو
Right.
كاملين. So we split on 2 dots. Then to make it easier, actually was a recommendation, an idea from chat, just to can append هذيك command and we see if the file exists, right? We take all of these paths, append the command name, and then that can check it where that file path exists. Now in this case, because it was empty,
It's gonna give you the parent directory.
Exactly.
Yes, you need to
It's
check
gonna try to execute the parent
file.
directory basically.
You just need to check Billy the target is a file as well.
Yeah. So I think we can add something here. Let's see. Assert.
Exists and is not directory. Yeah.
So
There's an is file.
ولا is executable. كاينه مش executable باش check safe mode. I don't know.
You might want to, yeah, you might want to check both. I don't see any harm of not checking it, because if it's not, but if it's not executable,
I think one thing can't shut. It's actually correct. Control D is end of file. So
yeah, but واخا كتوصلك end of file فاش كيبارسي كتطلع كيقرا an empty string, so he didn't read anything.
Yeah.
Which causes this behavior. So if he would have parses it
like
properly,
if he did ls control
he
D,
would have gotten another error.
wait, how do we get
stud.rs?
I got it wrong. Okay, awesome.
So can you just search for is file?
Yeah, I mean.
So you can find it in fs metadata, and look at the fs you can find it on path, which you probably have, but in metadata يكون فيها حتى واش executable الا ما خفتك الا كانت كتجي من stat.
Oh, metadata.
Metadata should have واش executable ولا لا.
Maybe not.
File. Is there some like permissions? Yes, permissions. Can you look at permissions? So that should give you like some sort of structs about permissions, and then you should see like read only or no. Oh wait, does it have anything else?
Can you set read only? I don't know.
Yeah, it just tells you whether you can read it or not.
Yeah, just like check if it's a file instead. I don't know.
No, but there is like permission extension. What is permissions extension?
Where?
You get a mode for mode.
like U32, which is gonna be like the safe mode.
Yeah, which
Permissions of the file. So the mode, and you check if it's like the
okay.
it's executable.
Khalil, let's take it easy. Keep my let's just check it's a file. Let's
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
get
that's
easy.
good.
Get rid
Yeah,
of the idea that it's actually a file. If it's not executable, we'll get an error. And that's
Yeah,
it.
or you can check even like if the string is empty anyway, so it's all right.
No, this is a check that we want to do. The string cannot be empty. I can give you like a location which maps to a directory.
Yeah.
So it's not empty, but it's a directory, and you're trying to execute it anyways.
So
Well, another thing, Khalil, if you can try شي keyboard interrupt شوفوا كيفاش غيبيهيفي.
Keyboard interrupt. What is that?
control C مثلا ولا شي حاجة.
Well, Control D is not an interrupt.
the control is gonna
No.
interrupt the whole good thing. Control D is an interrupt.
Yeah.
Well,
No, it's an end of file, no? So
but it's an interrupt that sends an end of file.
Yeah.
Find.
So target is a path path. fs exists. شنو كتريتورني من ذاك unwrap or default fs exists وكتريتورني شنو كدير exists. اسمح لي شنو كدير شنو كتريتورني exists.
Boolean.
Boolean.
هدي
Yeah,
idea
that's
هنايا.
fine.
هدي idea هنايا is just
Yeah,
to
just find the first one that exists. But like زيد another check and the target is file.
So I just want to write this bit. Can I do curly braces هنا ولا لا?
Yeah, you can. But I don't think you need it.
I just want for me to see it, right?
Okay.
I don't need to return. Yeah. So the file exists, right?
And that's all. And the وقيلة is on path on target.
So actually, I was thinking ناخذ metadata ديال هذا الباث هذا. Right?
But you have that information you have on target. Target ما فيش is file.
Oh yeah, it is a path, but I was like, aren't we not checking the mode?
No, we're not.
No need. Just like check the mode.
Check the mode. I mean, it's more complex.
Yeah, you would have. It's just like binary manipulation.
It's executable by who?
Yes.
You have no notion of users. شكون انت? Because if it's executable, but like by whom?
Well, technically, you don't have to. Like, look. I think you just like check if it's executable by the user. If it's not, you will get permission denied.
ما عندناش notion ديال user. الشل ما فيش notion ديال users. هاد الشل اللي حنا كنديرو دابا مازال ما فيش حتى شي notion ديال user. What does a user mean هنا?
هو اليوزر اللي راني نشير لا.
I mean, اللي كيراني البروسيس, but you need to extract that information. ما عندكش.
Yeah. It's too complicated. No. Look, I even think that the right thing to do is to check if it's a file, because if you do if is executable, check if it the user. If the user is not the owner of the file, you would have to check if it's a member of the same group and stuff like that. But you don't want to care about permissions. If I tell you /match file something, that file is not executable, you will get permission denied anyways. That's why I don't think even you need to check if it's a file or not, because the permission denied it makes sense. I would just check if the query اللي عطيتك في الأول is empty.
So can you run it again, Debo? Debo, you should see maybe another error. So it's a command I found.
Yes.
Yeah. So I do control D and A.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's why I said like if it's a control D, you would have to skip like you have to quit as well. The shell script.
I mean, but that you need proper signal handling, which we don't support yet. Yeah. So we're not writing this like out of the blue. So the way we want to do this is that go through the steps. Can you open Codecrafters, Khalil?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Where did I connect?
The type built-in. The type built-in executable files. Here is the next step. Yeah, but I had to log in with my authorized Codecrafters. It's okay.
I think I'm not logged in now.
I'm gonna remove your screen to log in.
Yeah, it's fine. I can do it on the bottom. It's okay.
Yeah. your screen is not showing. باش نقطع الميكرو ديالك تا هو نقطعو فور الاكسترا.
يا لا ماشي نقول
باش الكسيس يبقى على خاطره.
خليني بلا ما نكوموند الله يحفظك. حيت عارف الكومنت ديالي.
تصدق ان creating your own shell using Rust with a beautiful mess. We'll see. For now, it's a beautiful mess. It's not a beautiful mess. It's just a mess. Maybe we managed to make it a beautiful mess.
عزيز وين ما نشتري.
Okay.
Is there a way to check if it's executable? We tried. Let's keep it simple for now. That's what we are trying to do. أرد لك السكرين ديالك.
1 second, I'm just trying to get this one. No. Up. There you go. Yeah, you can.
Okay. Can you open building your own shell thing? Let's still walk through. So we did like steps from 1 to, I don't know, 11 or 12 وما شاكين تما. Do we want to stop and refactor هنا, right? Before we move into the navigation bit. كاين واحد الحاجة أخرى كنت شفت البارح واحد تويشي عندهم. They have like a bunch of extensions which you can vote over. مور ما تسالي هادو كاملين, you can have there are more extensions which they don't know how to describe yet, which can also be interesting to do after you finish all of this.
Extensions meaning like taking the project to the next step.
So can you see that navigation, quoting, redirection for Vim? Right? هادو كاملين like كاين other sections اللي هما other extensions of this project اللي فيهم like more steps, like how to handle like, I don't know, piping or how to handle whatever. You can do. I'm just exploring.
So if I understand correctly, the only difference the is like you can't run you can submit your code to test.
You can test, yes. To test you'll have to pay like $30. So you can look at vote on future extensions لتحت. You can see variable interpolation, piping, history, job control, auto completion.
That's nice. I should maybe.
So though in these we can just imagine and just do them.
Very nice. Okay.
So we can imagine what they actually mean. We all use the shell before, so everybody knows that variable interpolation inside of things.
I think I might play with the interpreter thing.
Interpreter is just long.
I know.
Okay. So do you want to refactor, or do you want to do navigation and then refactor?
Let's refactor.
Sure. Do you want to see what I did? Because I had to reach the same step, assuming بلا احنا كنا غنكملوا كما كملنا المرة اللي فاتت, but I guess there is no point. You just can continue in this.
For sure. Go for it.
All right. Let me show you what I did to try, but I still kept it simple. So I didn't change a lot from the implementation then. There are very few changes. Or, you know what? Let me give you this. Show you where we are. It's not a lot. You should also like fix. You should have access to it.
Yeah. Got it.
I'm still showing your screen. So. Right. So still the same code, just a bit slightly different things. With regards to how we parse, and then with regards to how we...
Can you zoom in?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
All right, let's go from main and see what things are different. That looks the same. This is different.
Yeah. So what you're doing, and am I understanding, is that let's go to the parse function, right? I'm just gonna walk through what I'm seeing, and basically you're taking the whatever line the user is inputting, and obviously the assumption here is that the first word is a command followed by a space. Then whatever is left can be thought of as either the arguments.
Yeah, because I have no idea. I don't know how to parse it yet.
Yes. And so what you do is you find the first space, index of the set, then you split at that specific index. I assume this is a number, an integer, a U size. Okay. You get 2 strings. You trim the rest.
Yes.
Right. And then you
and then I return the command and whatever is rest.
Actually, my question is just very simple. It's more of like a test. If I do space type space echo, what's going to happen?
If you do what?
Space type. Let me just. If this is what I input.
See if I do. Okay, I got it. See if I trim before.
Yeah, that's.
Do I trim before or no?
There is no
trim before. Okay, if I don't trim that, then that's fine. I just assume that this case will never happen, although it might as well be.
Yeah.
Because parsing, our parsing logic is basic at best.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. So if you trim just here the input, then you don't need this trim here.
Yes.
Correct. Yeah, abstract. Yes, because then you split on the first space.
So exit for now, we just exit in the same way. Echo does the same thing as we do before. Type does the same thing with rest. Tries to find the other part, but we doesn't care about the rest.
Yeah.
And then if it's any of echo exit type, we just say it's a shell built in. Otherwise, we resolve the command through the path, and then we print it. Well, no, we don't find it. This is the same logic we have.
So let's look at resolve command.
Resolve command is broken because for the same reason.
It's the same implementation.
It's the same implementation, so it's broken in the same way.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice. Okay.
And then if it's an unknown, which is something we don't know about, then this is something that we probably need to resolve.
Oh, is this a keyword? Okay, so this is a default of
so
the.
This is like
match.
if you match exit, do this, echo, do this, type, do this, and anything else, then do this. And bind it to variable named unknown.
That makes sense.
So if we can resolve it to a binary, we do the binary and then execute it. And if we cannot resolve it, then we just print command not found.
Okay, so actually, wait, interesting. So split white space and then collect into a vector. This is just for the arguments to be
this is
array.
broken.
And then you spawn.
Line 64 is broken.
Why?
It's broken because it doesn't take into consideration quoting, Matelen. You just blindly.
Like the same bug we had last time.
Yeah, and then the other part is like the same.
Okay. The first thing I don't know what you guys think about. The first interesting part is probably this. Like getting this parser on board with the current implementation we have.
I wouldn't have done it that way, but anyways, I'm overthinking, but if we play Yagni, I'm just thinking, how would you add piping and stuff like that? That's why I wouldn't.
You would change parse.
Yes, exactly.
This is how we do it. You would change parse.
Technically, you're parsing, but I'm not going to return a CMD in rest, so I'm going to return a struct. But anyways, never mind.
You will do more involved parsing, Debo.
Exactly. That's the thing. So you'll have to build a more elaborate parser for a given grammar. Let's construct it.
It's the same thing for command.
It's kind of like the same thing, but it's just not
arguments مثلا ديال binary as well.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing, guys? You're going into like edge cases of why is this broken?
I know.
Already told you that this is broken.
No. Actually, but if we apply Yagni for the time being, that works.
Yeah, for now, like we just have the bare minimum to pass the tests into the first element.
Yes.
and I just tried to reduce the number of if else,
Mm.
but the implementation that I linked is not structurally better than this one. It just rearranges some of the logic, but it's
Alright.
still broken in the same way that this is broken.
Okay. So I feel like the first things we can do is
When
just
you refactor a broken code.
yeah.
Refactoring broken code. I mean, like, just to make our lives easier. Sometimes it's easier to not. This is not a complete overhaul. Eventually, the final code would look much different than this. But just the quality of life, we might change some bits. إذا كانوا كي-
فين هما unit tests؟
باغي تهبط باغي تهبط عزيز نكملوا غير بثلاثة اسمح لنا. Wait, I see some comments in chat. Wait. Okay, somebody asking where can I find part 1? Last stream. Oh, طالب already answered. So it should be around like the 2-hour mark. كنا الستريم اللي فات كنا درنا ساعتين هكا. Rust again for today. Yes, we're still doing Rust. قال لك سيدي عجب خليل عجبه Rust. So. All right.
Sure.
Sure.
All right. And
So what are you doing? Can you explain?
Oh, it's pretty simple. I'm just rewriting some parts the code in the way that I liked it. But nobody's complaining. Let's see. Found. Do I need the return? Yeah. Right. Okay. So I'm just rewriting this function to have the match over the env variable first, and then if OK path, I'm just running the same logic that we had. Nothing new on this get path. The second thing, I'm gonna do a parse, and so this is gonna return. You do it like this, la? Right?
Huh? So somebody's asking فوقاش next missing semester.
Next semester.
Maybe spring, maybe not.
Ahmed is waiting for the FFT part. No, he's waiting حتى يسالي واش هذا ويقول لهم فين السيكوريتي. This is
قال لك مهدي دي
of vulnerabilities.
قال لك راه this is broken صافي اش نقول لك.
So
شحال من vulnerability ديتكتيتي دابا احمد؟
شحال؟
let's else. Okay.
I don't keep track.
You just return empty now, right?
No, I just returned the first part and empty.
I found واحدة last week. واحد library فيها 11k stars. كنتسنى الاستاذ
خليل كيكشف بالمقلوب تيكشفها ترجع يدير ترجع يسميها ترجع يدير لات.
And then rest.
ترى خليل اصلا كيطايبي فاست ياك عرفتي انا كون كنت انا دابا نجي نكتب هذا الشيء خصكم واحد 6 واحد ستريم.
Actually, with the new keyboard, I've been making a lot of mistakes when I can type. Like the layout is slightly different, but enough باش أنا throwing you off.
انا الصراحه هذوك الاكسكيوزز ما خدام فهمتي انا عيان ما كنطيبش مزيان.
واحد راه بصح راه قال لك ليتل انديان نتايا
صراحه. نايس وان استاذ.
That's a nice one.
نايس وان.
Cannot do this yet. Yeah, it's immutable. Do I want to send a mutable copy ديال string ولا نبارسها؟
You can do let input كتساوي input باش ديكلاري واحدة أخرى.
Oh, you shadow it this way, right?
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. I always forget. I know actually it's a new variable. Okay. So No need for this. And let's args تساوي we just take okay. And then you do a case, yeah. Match. And you match on the command.
Code in a shell, as I understand it, is about interacting with the kernel, but so far I see no syscalls. It's just an API. Let's say Linux offers all the necessary syscalls, including user privileges. I struggled صراحة نفهم هذا السؤال. أو فينا هو السؤال. Can you clarify السؤال ديالك؟ حيت أنا ما فهمتش السؤال.
I think he is missing the context. The context متبعين code crafters. So دوك steps اللي كاين راه كيداروا. Of course, writing a shell ديال any operating system would need to interact first with binaries, not necessarily sometimes زعما this is calls. حيت مثلا إلا بغيتي دير ls is a binary, you just call a binary. Clear is a binary. So it's not necessary a system call.
I mean, the binary could do system calls, which will
Yeah,
eventually,
but you
that's
don't
what will
interact-
happen. But like,
but you can
as a
interact-
shell, you have no idea شنو واقع.
Yeah, you interact directly with the binary. You don't like you don't go.
عجبتك ترى كنديروا exec v ولا exec vp ولا whatever the underlying implementation ديال
Whatever.
command تما ما عجبتكش هذيك.
منين كتلقى شي vulnerability شنو كدير؟ ملي كتلقى vulnerability كتشوفي depends واش open source واش ماشي open source. كانت open source كتكونتاكتي المينتينرز، كتكون واحد security part في كل repository، كتكتب ريبورت ديالك وكتسنى المينتينر يجاوب. الا كانت في شي سيرفيس اخر باك باونتي راه كتسابميتي الريبورت.
كتكونتاكتيه في public forum.
لا ديال السيكوريتي كاينه واحد البارت ما يكون دو برايفت فورك وفهمتي غير انت والمينتينر داكشي كامل.
الا كنت غتدبر على الفلوس وما غاديش يدوكش بعدا يكسبايريت فيرست.
تضرب كتبقاش تشتري مع عزيز.
دونت تراي.
This is not financial advice.
المشكله مستريمي في يوتيوب ومستريمي في تويتش. مصيبه.
وكتسنى البوليس يدقوا عليك. هي راه حرام وعاقب عليها قانونيا.
This stream is for educational purposes only.
يدير لي بحال هذا المال.
يطلع عليك حتى انت السطح. كاين هاكر وان ماشي هاكر رانك. هاكر رانك is for to the best of my knowledge is for practicing بحال ليت كود. كاين هاكر وان وكاين باك كراود ديبيند على وكاين كل كومباني كتراني البونتي بروغرام ديالها.
If let's path exists, otherwise path doesn't exist. Up.
What? Wait.
نعم.
شنو هذيك تايب؟ الا كان شي باينري اخر شنو كدير به؟ او لا هذه تايب. اوكي.
Yeah, هذه تايب. I just
I was kind of confused شويه.
Yeah, me too. Okay, حاجة is throwing off the
Okay, formatage.
Yeah. So هاد if
so ديك 57 شوف lines 57 you need a let في الاول.
Ooh.
And let's see.
Okay.
واخا تهبط لتحت شي حاجه ما مشدوداش واقيلا. هبط لتحت كاع.
Okay.
عندك واحد else بحال ولا لايش.
Oh, so would this throw off everything else?
Maybe.
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 All right, let's actually remove. There should be one هنا ديالها. Yeah. It was actually throwing off later. Okay, so last part is unknown. Unknown. All right. Okay, what do we do here? Unknown, we take arg0.
And you can either check, to be honest, you can either check ولا لا.
I'm just trying to see and know what I was doing. So I don't, oh, I can split them and collect them. So these are the ones that I want to know. Okay, so I can just run all of this. Yank. Up. All right, so the command command, that's fine, and the args. Okay, so let args equal. And so I'm gonna take my args, split them over space, and then collect them.
Nordengel, are you guys on Twitch? Yes, we are.
Okay.
I'll send the link to
Experimental
current
setup.
Twitch.
Ooh. Okay.
Like experimental setup.
This is arg0.
I kind of lost. Can you kind of lost you for a bit?
Yes. So, yeah, I'll just go over what I do.
Mhm.
So we take the command and the arguments from the same parse function. Okay. We match on the command. If the command is one of those three, then we process it. Exit 0. Echo is just printing the arguments. Type parses more, like you did.
Okay, for unknown.
And for unknown, what it does is it gets the path, the potential command path, right?
Unknown شنو فيها دابا؟
What?
Unknown دابا contains
Anything that's
the command.
not-
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
What do you mean?
ماشي تما تحت في line 70.
Yes, it is. Unknown is like whatever command doesn't match any of those needs to be run. Let me see.
Collect.
Complaining. Type annotation from iterator. It needs to understand a no vector.
Yeah, just type it. Vec of something.
Yes. Okay. And then unknown is gonna complain. If this is intentional, prefix is gonna underscore.
So to make should do unknown, right?
Unknown.
Get path of unknown. And that's what you're doing.
Who is unknown? The variable name.
What?
So unknown is actually the variable command.
Yeah, you're matching against command, yeah? So in theory, unknown command are the same thing.
No. What I misunderstood, I thought unknown was just a keyword and not an actual variable in this case.
No. It was a variable. You can name it full, bar, or whatever. Just give it in a name.
Okay. So whatever var you end up with at the end would be.
Yes.
And I can use the same thing here. So I don't need to use
Yes.
arg0. Okay. Any questions in chat about what we did here? So I just need to remove this. All right, and I should be able to run it. Okay. So, oh, beautiful. Awesome. This is not working. So
you're doing get path and then printing that. Then command new path, which is /bin/ls. And then args. شنو هما args? You're splitting args on space, which could be nothing.
But that's fine. It would be an empty vector.
Yeah, it should be an empty vector.
Hmm.
No such file or directory.
Very interesting. Okay, it used to work. Let's do something else.
No. You're doing something. Something is not great.
Can't find main mod. Yeah, something is wrong in it. So let me just
No,
do a
you're
couple-
passing. Can you print args تاعهم؟
Sure.
if you like كاين شي لعبه في args can you not print the use print ولا شي حاجه to print a standard error ولا
Can't I
debug.
do this? Right.
Yeah, you can do debug.
Okay.
Yeah, you should take a ref.
All right. So let's do.
So args is empty.
Is it? It's an array of an empty string. Shouldn't be the case.
Yeah.
Should be an empty array. Right? So let me see just my parse. Maybe I have something wrong in my parse.
Parse looks fine.
So what do? Input.trim, find the
Trim the
space.
input, split mid space, command and rest that trim, then command and rest. Parse looks fine.
Yeah, okay, looks fine. Unless it was this, because this is the one that would be triggered, right?
Yeah, you should be fine.
So actually, if split doesn't find anything, then it makes sense to know it's an array of an empty string. It's just the whole string. That
Yeah, but I don't think that would cause any. That's not what causing the problem.
Yeah.
So can you print a path as well? Debug path.
Yeah, sure.
Look at how to execute it. So yeah, macro take a ref. Yeah, do it again.
Exit beta works perfectly. Okay.
So you get bin ls, and then you get args, and then ls the point no such file or directory. Can you invoke?
What do you want?
Maybe it doesn't like the empty.
Clear
Can
work.
you do clear worked, right?
So clear works. Yeah.
Okay.
Python didn't work.
Because
it's running.
Python,
Oh, it's
something.
cannot. Oh, so it's this arg is actually the problem
Yeah,
because it's running
is a problem.
ls on an empty string, which is not a proper file, right?
Yes.
And I'm just interested at if there is this y split y space? Do you think that split y space and split with a space is the issue? Let's try it.
I guess white space would kill waqila the non-empty one, the empty ones. Maybe that's what's different. Can you check the docs for split white space?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go through it.
Yeah. Can you see if there are more? All kind of white space considered, yada yada.
Let's read.
Splice a string, subslices, Unicode derived, basic usage, doesn't say anything about empty strings. All kinds of white space are considered.
Oh, there's it.
The string is empty, or the error yields no string slices. Yeah, that's the main space.
Exactly. Did you do it? You do it randomly, yeah?
Huh?
You did it randomly.
I did it because I didn't want to deal with different types of space. But yes, I didn't know that it did this before.
Awesome. Okay.
Okay. تستينا قاع use cases نتاع اللي كانوا عندنا قبل ياك.
I believe so, but we should probably have a test at the end for all of this. I can type.
Yeah, can you do Python? Can you do Python?
I have none. Type Python 3, and I'll do Python 3. And then
okay.
And then echo Python 3. Here. Sounds good.
Can you do exit? And then maybe commit. so that we go to the next phase.
Like actually commit is
Yeah, commit.
it's
Is it in shell? Comes with OS? No, it doesn't come with an OS. This is part of Codecrafters challenge. So it's a standalone shell. It doesn't come with an OS. Sadly, sorry to disappoint you.
okay.
Does Python work too? Apparently it does. Okay, can you go back to now Codecrafters and push now one next step?
PWD, but as a built-in command. I think we could use it already. Full absolute path of the current working directory.
Print full absolute
Working.
path.
Okay, so let's see. It does actually work already.
Can you do CD?
Let me ls cd
CD
src.
yeah, and then do PWD. No.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Why? It's running from the same context the cargo run, right?
Yes. So CD doesn't affect. It affects the parent shell because it's a built-in of the parent shell, I guess. So it doesn't affect the current process.
Interesting. But then our PWD would have the same issue.
So your PWD now have to be like the المشكل اللي غيخسر PWD. The PWD as it is should work. وقيلة. But the problem mainly, I guess, if you do type PWD, as their type PWD, I guess they want this as a built-in a shell built-in.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we just need to come here. Let's add a new command.
Yeah. And
something. Okay.
Yeah, that something is get the current directory. You just go to the docs. And
my real question are like shells. Do they implement themselves some of these commands, or they just rely on the underlying existing implementation?
With the underlying implementation, you just ask what is the current working directory ديال هذا البروسيس اللي هو الشell. Maybe current dir. Yeah, there you go. That one. That's the one. Working directory until current.
Also, this can be a result of path buffer, and it could be empty. I don't think we are. Okay.
Working directory value is invalid. Current directory does not exist. There are insufficient permission to access the current directory.
All right. Okay. So std env.
And you can see that this function. Can you go back?
Yeah.
This function is has one-to-one mapping with the get CWD from the Unix implementation. Let the get current directory W or whatever the method is called Windows.
So let's do it. So I just need to do
current
dir.
And then maybe unwrap. No, you can't do this. I mean, you probably
you have to match, right?
If you want to do it, you can do it.
I think I have to format.
I don't think you have. What do you call display? If it implements display, you just send it as is.
Wow. Would it add \n is my question.
اش كدير ديك اف برينت ديالك ما كتزيدش \n؟
Good question. لا. It doesn't assume so. نقدر ندير fprint ln, you know. Let's see. Match
Let's do print ln وصافي.
I'm just trying to see whether it's complaining.
What are you doing? Yeah, هذاك ما خصكش تسالي. Well, you don't. قلت كده if you call methods within, it doesn't always work out if you call methods within the thing.
Yeah.
And then في line 54 again like عندك point virgule في الآخر خص يكون عندك virgule.
Okay. Okay, so actually, when you try to do a vim command, it doesn't work. Okay, so yank in between curly braces. Perfect. Then I can put it after, right?
ينكتي ما ينكتي والو. ما ينقش راسك.
It always happens as that when
You don't have to call display.
Oh really? Just like this.
Yeah, I mean like you're telling it to use display, right? Yeah, fine, just ref.
As ref ولا غير dot ref?
No, just do an end في الأول فهلا غتبوروها. Should coerce to a stir.
Okay, perfect.
But and
Now?
also why is it what? Oh, that's in your fprint. Your fprint expects a stir.
Yeah, it's not a
You
bad
change that for whole format fprint print اهلا عادية.
بحالك سير.
print اهلا عادية ما كلا طيها.
I know, ولكن I'm just trying to understand what's the problem, ما عنديش مشكل.
The problem with ديك فورمات fprint ديالك كتعطيها string. fprint ديالك كتسين stir.
Yeah, okay, but now this is a
ما عندوش علاقة بهذا الشيء خرج منه. مور ما كتعيط فاش كتعيط الفورمات.
Yeah.
فورمات كتريتورني string. شوف ايكو الفوق شتي ايكو كتزيد داك البورو الفوق.
So هنايا I don't need to do this.
No.
Beautiful. Okay.
Can you not call display?
Oh yeah, sure. So
See why is it complaining?
Oh.
It's complaining. Path buff doesn't implement. What? It offers display but doesn't implement display. What the fuck? So display is not the display from format display? It's just confusing. Fine, idle display.
Okay. The more you know. So they actually don't implement the
كيمبليمونطيوش format display وكيعطيوك display for
they give you a method that gives you the display. There must be a reason. This is not like I wonder شنو هي reason in this case.
It doesn't matter, it's just confusing.
Ooh, okay. Yes.
Yeah, 58 كيما قال لك green me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Can you do?
Actually,
can you try and execute it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's more like it. It's not gonna work. That's fine.
Just making sure it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay.
I guess you can call this done.
Can I view code examples though?
Maybe.
Okay, that's exactly what they do. Ooh, they have some nice code.
How you just moved from matching to string into like matching into enum variants, which we can do, but I don't see a lot of value into it.
It just looks
unless
nice.
this becomes an issue.
No,
there is no extra value.
I think I have to.
دراري ما فهمتش علاش سيدي كتخربق بي دبليو دي حيت they are acting on different context. PWD is equivalent to calling git's current working directory for the current process. CD is calling a binary which changes the behavior ديال the current shell اللي spawn shell ديالنا. ما تنساش بلا حنا دايرين فيها واحد mini inception. You have a shell inside a shell. So for now, PWD and CD wouldn't work together. There will be a part where
Yeah.
CD will have to do it. Will have to do something باش تخدم مع PWD. And the example is like you do a CD and then PWD should change.
Okay. We should probably find a method now.
Yes.
Exchange.
Exactly. Can you do set current دير ولا شي حاجة؟ set دير تيري كتعجبني كتقلب فيها بحال كتقلب في جوجل.
And for me, it would be able to.
It's not that smart, dude.
Okay. Set path. Okay. Changes the current working to the specified path. This function currently corresponds to the change dir function. My question is if I do 2 dots, will it understand? Will use it?
شنو
So, you know when you use relative 2 dots, I assume change dir DL Unix, which is what the implementation is based
Yeah.
on, should understand it.
We'll see. Yeah. We can always try and do both. So if
Yeah,
it doesn't understand it, it's nice because it gives us like a little bit more work to do.
Sounds good. All right. One more built-in function. CD. So new args. What if I do cd empty? Normalement خص ترجعني tilde, but it should be understandable. It should not do anything. Let's try
They're
it.
just making sure. I mean, they're just doing it so that the result. If you don't do it, Rust will complain and will throw a warning to say you didn't use the result value. So they just say, okay, I'm gonna assert that this operation is okay. Although you can unwrap it,
Oh. I need to change it here.
You do CD ماشي CW 55.
It's a new method. It's change working.
Change working. Okay, let's see.
We lost success.
Yeah.
Oh. Beautiful. Ooh. Panicked. So if you don't give it args, it panics. But if I do it on my shell, it works. كترجعني tilde. So I can have that as a default if args is empty.
Yes. I mean, ما كتديك الهوم ياك؟
Exactly.
See if that's a step ولا لا. I'm pretty sure there should be a step. If it's not a step, that's the CD built in. Can you go to step الرابعة? كيدير support tilde and then you can default to tilde and then tilde will take you to the home. Yeah. Can you do CD relative path باش تشوف واش كتخدم out of the box ولا خصك دير شي حاجة؟
Yeah, we did actually relative path.
درتيها.
So if you go here.
Okay. What do you know?
Man, this autocomplete. So I have to actually write. No.
It's an extension.
There's no way. All right. So this is PWD. C'est le point. PWD c'est the SRC.
Can you do CD tilde? Yeah. This is what you need to figure out.
Okay. That's fine. I'll just get the home variable.
Yes. You need to فاش غدير the way I see it is that فين هي ديك new args. So if args is empty ولا args is tilde, you need to swap it with the
For
home
home.
directory.
But let's just see if it. Oh wait, so the first one is for absolute paths, yeah?
Yeah, the both of them are solved.
Relative paths seems to. We didn't try absolute, but I assume it should work.
No, absolute is like the base case.
Okay, wait. The tester we check if CD correctly changes whenever it also check whether the message, no such file or
Or
directory.
directory. Can
passes
you?
in.
I mean, CD كديرها regardless. though.
Let's see if we get that. So I'll go run CD. Nope.
No,
So you get the
what did
message.
you do? Wait. What did you do? Oh, because you're unwrapping. Okay,
Yes.
makes sense. So
So
just
the idea
match
is-
and extract the error. Yeah.
Yeah. So you match on this, right?
يعجبوني الناس كيخرجوا لك edge cases. Make it قال لك make dir minus p and cd. I'm assuming you mean if you معناش make dir in this shell. Well, we can call it actually. And remove one. That would fail, I guess.
Wait, there's no. Is it a result? Is result? Do they have okay?
Yes. So if it's an okay,
nothing.
so do nothing.
It's an error.
If it's an error, you should have an add. You should have a message. Yeah, some sort of message.
Okay, so this is an error. Just call it.
Just call it E.
Yeah.
And then OK should be. شنو كيريتيرني هما في OK?
Nothing. We don't want to do anything, right? Should we?
Yes, but
Maybe-
you need to match on it.
Yeah. Okay, deal empty. So result.
Yeah, but you need to match on it regardless.
So I need to do.
So can you do if instead of like doing a match and then having an empty arm, just do
Let
if
add.
let err.
Yeah.
It's better because you only care about one case.
No.
No. E, yeah, that's so. And then just
Then
print and then
F print. You mean?
print.
Do we have a method? E?
I'm pretty sure you have like E dot something. Just do into.
What do you mean
Yeah.
into?
Just do into, see if it can coerce itself into a string. Well, I cannot.
No.
It couldn't.
Okay.
Fine.
Let's
I
look at
tried to
error.
get the message. Sure, does it have a message? ماشي error انت عندك IO error.
Ooh, okay. So you will
There's some
go
kind
here.
of like some kind of underline OS. Yeah. So go to IO result and then that error. Yeah, شوف شنو فيها. Yep. Yeah. هذيك اللي خصك تشوف.
Okay.
So it has a kind.
Right. So how would you check? You have a debug self.wrapper.
Yeah, print just debug printed. شو اللي debug if you do debug printed شو واش تعطيك نفس error value.
What do you mean debug printed?
ارجع للمين.
Yeah. What's your expectation?
في 57 دير 2 بوين في وسط ذاك الكيرلي في وسط
أها.
الكيرلي.
Uh-huh.
يا 2 بوين علم الاستفهام. يا and then print e كما هي. حيد ذاك الكول.
Delete F close. Like this.
Yes. So that's the debug print. Fine. So they just print it as the underlying implementation as is.
So we need to
Okay.
get this message.
And that's not exposed anywhere. Yeah.
Look at IO
حل
error.
حل حل الدوك شوف شنو هما الحوايج اللي exposed.
So it should be I like this.
Are you, yeah, right here, folks. Are you going to handle the expand like not yet? Eventually, we'll need to handle it, but not now. What data structure are we working with for parsing? Is it a tree? We're not properly parsing lines yet because we still don't need it. But eventually, we will have to properly parse the line.
It might be the row OS error.
What does that give you?
The closest I found the other, the closest from what I can tell. You don't show, I think. But we can try. Raw OS error. Return raw
Yeah,
OS.
try it.
Oh, wait. This is an I32 log.
باش نديروا هذه we will need to support end syntax وما عندناش. So this will have to wait. Thank you for crafting such a deliberate test for us, but we can't really execute it as we can't parse. خير ايش تدير؟
كنفكر. I'm trying to see if I can get access to that message. They have kind. You can access kind, right?
واش نعطيك raw OS error.
You know what this raw OS error? It just gives you an integer. So this one. So if you look at raw OS error and you look at option of raw OS error, this is just an integer. This is an I32. I haven't not necessarily a correct intuition yet that maybe the global error actually gives you, like, does it inherit from global error? And there is a message on, or there is no inheritance.
شوف error شنو فيها. Go to the trait.
Where's the trait? This one.
Yeah.
There's a description. The cause replaced by.
These are deprecated.
Yeah. I just want to go back, Finland. All of them deprecated. Source. To string. Huh? We can try to string if you guys want to. ولا no ideas.
قالوا لك الدراري زومي شويه فاش تكون في البراوزر حيت ما كيبان لهمش.
Oh yeah. There you go, guys. Should be good.
Do to string. جرب to string. I don't know. I feel like you can do that. You can match on the kind. What? And print the error yourself.
Returns the lower level source of this error source.
Yeah, but that doesn't give you anything. That still gives you an error.
But it might be my intuition that is like lower source error, maybe just an object for the actual just log of.
Yeah, it's a trait object, so it doesn't give you like a concrete type.
I think one of the methods was toString.
Yeah.
Let's give it a shot. We're getting close.
So what was the expected error message?
I see. I think what we have to do, yeah, is like probably write this around, like
Yeah, they
parse
kind of
together.
want that.
CD de point the actual directory.
Just copy it. Call it
No,
add some more.
no,
Then.
yeah. But I probably need to match on the error kind. So let's do this. Match. Oh.
So
Right.
شنو الكاينز اللي كاينين؟
So I know okay, not found, right? So not found. And if it's this,
Put into whatever.
yes. So your favorite method, yeah. And then underscore young base. Okay. The only thing I want to change is delete in word.
Wait, did they ask that? Sophie, try it.
No, yeah, I'll try it. Just 1 second.
Okay, there is. You need to add an extra line. There is. Do you see my screen? Dir test. Make dir.
Okay. We make there actually exists.
Yeah.
All right. So
Make dir AB.
like, do I need to make them both or just one?
I feel like he wants you to do both. Just do both.
All right, we have
No,
both.
A على B. This means B is under A.
Yeah, okay, got it. So, okay, so MKD AB.
You can dire moins P if you want to create both.
Okay.
And then CD CD AB CD LB. Yeah, it's more.
AB.
RM moins F.
Let's see. RM moins F.
Mhm.
Previous file. RM dot and 2 dots.
Then PWD. Can you actually do this? RM point and the point may not be removed.
We can try on a normal shell.
Yeah, can you try this on a normal shell?
Yeah. Really? So I think Codecrafters. صراحة this is a much better shell. Okay, so what we want to do,
RM, yeah.
Nope, can't do it.
Did
Okay,
RM
so can't do it as well.
You cannot do it from the shell apparently. Anyways, what is the next?
Actually, one thing that's worth mentioning, right?
Mhm.
When they say directory, should we print like the whole path or just whatever input it was? Sorry, you need to add the -r option. Also, yeah, we tried it here. And empty the lf2 dots. Try and empty the lf / عزوز
جرب هذا.
جرب واحد
Yes.
الكمان.
زروا لكم.
It doesn't work. مش
شو دير سودو.
like it's not the keyboard. It's not like أنا ما كنقدرش نتايبيها.
Okay. So
Permission denied. لا مشينا.
verify that it pass like other more complex versions should be handled correctly. The actual directory names will be as we get hard code expected. 3D will do this. Okay. Okay, for now let's keep it as is. Let's do the third part. Let me commit actually.
Yeah, commit.
Add C. All right. Very good. Should be over. Okay.
Gallic for fun, can you compile into an executable and then call it preceded by s-trace? What is it that you're trying to see? Is there anything interesting you expect to see after doing this?
I run pwd on deleted files. So the command errored. Pwd doesn't handle not found in the same way we handle it here. We could do it for pwd also to print.
PWD. ايش كدير PWD في قصة files?
Print working directory. So let's say لا when you're inside a file that was deleted. So إذا راح تمشي deleted the file from the other shell. But in my current process that was here.
Just unwrap. Yeah.
Yeah, we just unwrap. There's no need for us to do it. So بغينا delete you like home user, like the absolute path. Yeah, we can do that. Let's see. Okay. Can I actually Kargoran, Fost Kargoran? It'd be great.
So why not? S-trace displays also calls yes, I am aware. I'm expecting to see if there's, but what's the, I mean, we told you earlier that this is corresponds to actual Unix C calls, Unix libc calls. So equivalent of doing like sit current dir is the same as like doing the equivalent libc equivalent in the context. I don't think it's very interesting to actually just compile and look at an S-trace.
Let me copy paste. So I don't want to write it. So I'm currently inside that folder. I use the absolute path. It worked. And now if I do pwd, it should fail.
Yep.
Okay. So up, no file.
Yeah, but because it's expected, right?
Yeah. I mean, the file doesn't exist. You've deleted it in some way.
I don't know if they say, can you go to 55 or the description of their current directory? In the description, their current dir, they tell you that this is one of the cases where this fails.
You mean this? Yeah.
Yeah, can you go to, yeah, returns area of the current working directory value is invalid. Current directory does not exist, where there are insufficient permissions. So if you delete it, this will fail.
Yeah. Alias, yeah, okay. And they do OS implementation of get current working, which this is just doing stuff.
Yeah, so that's calling that's actually line فوق libc get current working directory.
Oh yeah, there it is. Okay.
And this is, I guess, a Unix specific file. So if you look,
yeah, you can see
149. Yeah, so this is like a not even the tool chain. If you look, there should be like a compilation guard. So 149 is the closest thing that I can see. ESP IDF. If anything is not this, then you can call this.
Yeah, ES.
I mean, some OS flavor, which doesn't have libc, where libc doesn't work.
But the shell should not exist. Yeah, I mean, if you do PWDs, I mean, you should gracefully catch the error, is what you're saying.
I mean, like, what? How will the normal shell actually handle this? Can you try it on the normal shell?
Yeah, I can do it.
What does gracefully handling mean? وش عنده access to command history with arrows? No, there is zero history now. Which eventually we might implement or not, depending on how far we want to take this in terms of extensions.
I'll just delete this, but I assume the shell will be alive, to be fair.
Adam.
Yeah. I
Arif.
still don't know the shortcut, but go way back. Okay. So we deleted.
What? Can you do mkd make dir b, and you can do ls? So you can run everything beside.
So you
This
cannot
is
make
weird.
dir. You cannot make dir hit the current folder.
Yeah,
doesn't
because it's deleted.
If you do PWD, it gets you the current folder. What if I source my shell to restart? Right? I just want to source exactly this file. How do I just okay. So if I source this file, okay, I'm seeing the same file. It still says the file exists. If I try to go to B, it doesn't exist. If I try to make B, what? Wow. And if I do the one that does halaka, what?
Can you?
ls empty. I can go back, but then I lose it.
You lose it, yeah.
Yeah. I can actually go back, yeah. And then it obviously doesn't exist. Okay. Very interesting choice, Hannah. So basically do they keep it in memory?
Can you do the same? Shell there can then do pwd.
So it's saying try on bash zsh is not refer. It's not what? What is refer? But it's probably
I mean,
not
maybe
standard.
he meant like, yeah, it's not standard.
I have bash and I can just write bash. Beautiful. Okay. Okay. mkdir dash p cda cdb wg. Actually, I can pipe this into rm-rf. Let's not do that. Yeah. So bash also, and if I try to create a file from where I am, so C, would say no such file exists. And if I go back, it actually goes back into a file that now exists.
Doesn't exist?
لا, that now exists. H. Yeah.
Can you? I mean, this is solvable. Can you do the same for the shell implementation and just run? ما ترانيش PWD راني make there after ما تديليتيها راني make there.
Right. Nah. I just want to try if I remove the file. Okay, I'm here. I shouldn't be able to go back. Okay. Okay. So what did you want to do?
دير the same thing for the shell ولكن ما تديرش PWD to not crash it. Do make there. تحاول تكريت ديريكتوري شي بلاصه اللي ما كايناش. Make sure you get the same error.
Okay. AB.
Minus B.
Okay. 1 second. Let me just do this. So We're currently here. Okay. I'll delete this current folder. Okay.
Mhm.
And I'll
Can
try
you-
to make
make their something.
B. Doesn't work. If I do ls, it's empty. If I do pwd, it's gonna crash.
It's gonna crash. Okay. So as long as you keep it.
So basically, I think they have a guard against either they keep a local copy of like what's the current working
Yeah,
directory.
there is a copy kept on the shell's internal state. But what is the current working directory? I don't know. This is not something that I want to optimize for or they want to fix. I'm
Yeah,
fine with leaving it. صراحة.
Neither.
Also, it was just interesting to see how Bash does it. That's weird. صراحة my expectation behavior.
Yeah. But Bash as well behaves similarly to ZSH.
So if you wanted to make it like a proper shell, maybe you would have to implement this as well.
Yeah. So that's what we want to do.
It's part 3.
We're gonna match args. Part 3 is supporting this, right? Supporting this and
Yeah.
an empty. And actually, the question that raises itself: do you want to support things like this? It's not hard, right? Like you do starts with tilde. If it starts with tilde, you replace the tilde character with the thing is. The thing is, because you can change. You know how you can. I'm not sure this works. Yeah, like can I do in shell tilde / tilde?
Chilled
then-
/ chilled.
Mm.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, so imagine Anna on my file system, tilde is this, okay? So tilde basically is /home /mka, okay? Imagine inside mka I create a home folder and an mka folder, right? If I do tilde,
So home /mk /home /mk.
if I do
I'm not even
this,
sure if that works.
I'm not sure that works. And
دير هانيس هيا وحدك دير ls tilde / tilde. See if that works.
ls echo ولا ls؟
دير ls بغينا نعرفوا شنو غي ديسبلاي. ديسبلاي هوم دايركتوري ولا تقول لك راه ما كاينش.
اوكي.
ولا تقول لك it's a wrong syntax اصلا.
Wait, can I do this? Ooh. Okay. So if I do, okay. So it has to be إما tilde بوحدة إما tilde /. Let's do.
What about tilde / tilde?
Yeah. So it only replaces the first tilde.
The first tilde.
That's it. ولكن if there are like 2 consecutive ones, it does nothing. Okay. All right. So
Shell is a very big string problem.
it's huge. Like one command. Probably if you want to do just one command, right? It's probably more than one stream. It could be. Let's actually just get the home directory, which is
Let's do something fun and then get the home directory from platform independent crate. If you try to do home dir or home something, yeah, that's deprecated, right?
Ooh, let's see.
It has a weird behavior of Windows.
I see. So let's look at home dir increase. You already knew this, yeah.
Yeah. You can find home dir. Can you see the download history there?
3 months ago. Looks shady.
Yeah, can you... There's a more maybe popular crate called directories. Can you look at directories? I feel like that's better.
Where do you see it?
Like في paragraph 10 في description ديال.
Okay.
Yeah.
over 1 year ago, and this is a oof. All right.
Yeah, this is more popular. So let's add that and use it. So you can create. No, and there is a better way to do it. طلع الفوق. You'll see like a cargo add راهي, because you don't care about which options you pick. Yeah, just do cargo add.
So if I do cargo run and then cargo add, the powerful shell. Let's see. Is it done? Or am I waiting for it? Yeah, I was.
Now just I guess rescanning. Then go to yeah.
I'm just trying to see.
Example الأول.
Oh, really? It's in the first one. Base deer.
الاكزامبل الاول غيقول لك بيس دير تقدر تاخذ منها هوم دير. تلقى ميثود فيها دير هوم دير. سو كتكري انستانس ديال شي حاجه. It's either user ديرز ولا base ديرز ولا project ديرز, and then you can extract something from it.
I see. Okay. So I want this, and I probably have a method here that says home deers.
Yeah, correct. Yes,
Yo.
sir.
So I can do equal up.
With home deers or the home deer?
Home deer makes more sense, but we'll see.
Should
This is
import
gonna
that?
complain.
Yeah.
Should work now. Home deer exists, and it's a path.
But wait.
Okay.
What if it doesn't exist?
Yeah, if it doesn't exist, can you not have a home directory? I mean, we can default to slash.
Maybe, but maybe. Let's go for it. What's
Right.
the underlying implementation of Linux? It'll just read in the home environment variable. Can you go to home there?
This
Should
one?
method definition, yeah. What is it expected to do? So
Yeah.
it's reading returns passive user, yeah. Value, okay.
But
Yeah.
always returns a path.
Huh?
It always returns a path.
No, I'm saying what it'll always return a path. What I can the optional bit is when you create a base there, it can return none. Can you go back to the code there? So you do if let sum, yeah. So basically there is you can fail. So new could return none. Can you go to new? شوف فوقاش كتقدر تريتورن none. Not Windows. Valid home path. The following rules are applied. If no valid home directory path could be retrieved from the operating system. Get UIDR lacks an entry. So it'll try a couple of things.
Okay.
So it will try a couple of things before. So the environment variable, and then it'll call get PW UID.
I mean, we can go both ways. We can either not work. If it's none, like don't do the interpolation. We could also do that. Like, because the expectation is you use tilde to mean home. You could use slash instead of tilde if you wanted slash, right? Hit root is quite easy to type in. Or if you like tilde is just an alternative to make it easy.
Okay. سؤال واحد آخر.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
I'm just wondering if like set current there takes tilde into consideration. If you just don't handle tilde at all, what's the default behavior?
The element.
فاش إلا درنا دابا سيري درنا tilde شنو يدير؟
Oh. Unknown. Okay.
So you get the elder. Else, just do slash.
Nah.
You need that ref. And base there doesn't live long enough.
It's over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we give it an infinite lifetime.
I mean, like the worst thing, you can maybe clone base there.
Yeah.
If it's clonable, can you clone it?
Would you clone it at this stage?
I'd say whatever gets me. Oh, actually, it doesn't get it. Can you clone the home there? Machine the base there.
You clone the path.
Yeah. Okay,
So
it
it's not
cares.
long enough. I don't get it. Alash, this would be a problem if I'm cloning.
You're cloning the reference already doesn't live long enough.
Can I make it path and then?
No, path is not a size type, so you can't probably assign it. How do you do this?
So let's see. Okay,
Can you convert it into the owned variant? Can you go to base dir home there, and you maybe do to owned? Maybe that'll let you path buff. I mean, both of them. To own should basically yield to path buff. Yeah. Now, هي the type deduction اللي كاين الفوق.
Got it.
Yeah, that should now. Whoa! What the hell are you doing? So, what is he complaining about now?
That's it.
It's not complaining about that. Can you do path buff from? هي the ref ودير path buff from 62.
Okay, just 1 second.
الفوق كترترني path buff لتحت كترترني path.
I see. So to owned is actually a path buffer. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the owned variant.
So can I do? You mean to wrap all of this in path buff?
No. هذاك path بدل لك path buff.
Okay.
It's a new path buff. And from buff بإف وحدة.
All right.
Yeah.
Do we still have people with us?
Yeah, we still have a couple of people that are actually watching.
All right. Let's keep going. Okay, so we have a home directory and we want to check. Let's do it in the ugliest possible way. Okay. Right. And so I'm just checking that I start with this. Right. If I start with this, can I just replace the first thing? I probably should not replace. Hey, these are paths. I might break it with the slashes.
What you should is that you should remove داك الأولى. خصك تحيدها.
Yeah. Create a path
and then
from.
join the home with whatever is left.
Yeah, makes sense. Can we do this?
شو التايب ديال args?
Good question. It is a string.
Stir. Now, can you do? I guess I'll have to do chars. By chars.
And then, what's your idea?
Let me think.
Go for
You
it.
do chars. Can you see if there's no take would take? Can you see if there's a skip method on the chars iterator? Chars. They're chars.
Yeah. I'm just thinking 1 second.
Skip one.
And then collect.
And then collect. into some sort of string. Yeah, باش تاخد شيء الآخر.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just put it in a string, right?
Yeah, if you do let's a
Remaining path.
which is a
I
string.
say this one.
No, string, I guess. I don't think you can collect it into a str. I think it's a view into an existing thing.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, that's true.
And
then we want to do home.
You want to do home that join and then remaining path, and then let home. Yeah, what I do?
Yeah,
Let's-
probably this one. Yeah, returns a path buff. Okay.
Let something. You should assign it to something. If supposed
But I
to.
want. Yes, but I want it to live outside of this scope. Right? So, can I create something هنا? Like mutable path, right? Equal. Flow will let it be just args, right? Flow will let it be this, actually. You agree with me, yeah? I'm not sure this is something that we can do. So probably type issue. This is a path buff. Can I convert it into a path?
You can do as path.
But again, is it gonna live long enough to be saved? Right.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, that for me, at least at this point, it makes sense.
What was dropped? Consider using an event to be longer lived.
So the one thing
why
here.
are we do? I feel like this pattern is an anti-pattern, to be honest. Why are we doing this again? We just want to assign. If it actually exists, we want to keep a path buff, or a path reference, or whatever. If it doesn't exist, we just don't care. Why is that? Why is path? Can you not do a path? Can you keep a path buff? 65, can you do a path buff instead of a path? Keep the owned version. Path buff, yeah. That's from. Yes, and then just assign home.join بلا as path.
Why does this work? I just owned
Actually, you
value.
don't have to. It's an owned value and just transition in ownership. There is no references to be kept.
I see. And the other one was a reference to path.
Yeah, it was a reference to a given path, and then the moment you get out of that scope, it was a reference to home.
Yeah.
No, it was reference to a value that was created by joining home and then path. It gives you a path buff. You reference it, but it's gonna, since it was created inside the scope اللي كيبدا في 66 وكيسالي في 69, it was gonna be dropped.
Yeah.
So we just keep the owned value اللي غتكريا وصافي. We just get rid of the references. Gotta go run.
Pretty good.
For quality of life,
Yeah.
I would add a debug mode. اللي في ديك الدولار كيعرفيش ديما الكورنت working directory.
Yeah, we can do that.
باش فوق ما كدير فوق ما نكونوا كنتيستيو مثلا بكارغو فاش دير كارغو ران تبغي تيستي, you can add either passive lag or an environment variable where like you always keep on printing بحال كيبان عندك في your actual shell. باش ماشي كل مره نبقاو نديرو PWD.
Yeah. So you just do this basically, right?
Yes.
like
But
this.
do it only if after هذه if you are in debug mode and decide انت كي بغيتي دير debug mode.
Okay.
I mean, you can read that environment variable and see if like shell debug is there. كاينة.
Okay. This if true. Okay. And all right. Let me see كيفاش بغيت نديرها. I want to do it just right after, maybe between parentheses, just for fun. And
ولكن زيد واحد زيد
Space
space
bar.
شي حاجة.
Yeah. I can even change it like if else. Let's do it like this, okay?
But you're printing the dollar sign regardless.
What?
كنتي غتبرينتي داك دولار and then path ولا if you don't want debug mode, which means فاش كتكون كتبغي actually submitting to Codecrafters you don't have it.
Yeah, it's fine. So here's the dollar mode, and I'm just gonna do debug mode, and هذه my new prompt whenever I'm in debug mode.
It's up to you.
So let's see how we got path, and I can just do the same. Env var something. Path.
And for
What?
شنو كتعطيك هذيك؟
So I'm just seeing it can't empty. Is it gonna return or la? This result actually no. هنايا. Okay. Couldn't interpret. So it's errors. Not present. If the variable is not set, the variable name contains anything. Okay.
Yeah, just if let sum.
Yeah, I can do it like this, la.
If let sum. Until you care on the truthy value, you don't care what the error is. If it's an error to read the environment variable, no debug mode.
I was just gonna do if there is an error, that means the debug mode is not present. So I was gonna do error, just print this and continue. Let's do it. عنديش مشكل.
اللي بغيتي بحال بحال.
So what do we want to
If
call
let's
it?
okay صراحة ماشي sum.
Debug mode.
If let's okay and then you don't care شنو مكتوب فيها لداخل. كتبوا فيها بوتيتو ولا كتب فيها اللي بغيتي انت ماشي شغلك. Else. And debug mode, you don't need it. Yeah.
Can I do this?
Yeah.
Awesome. So okay. Oh, fascinating. I thought I would replace the first tilde.
The fuck?
Yeah.
What?
Let's do. I have a dev folder normally.
Huh?
Wait.
No, this is broken. Can you print the path?
First thing, I want to print home, and then I want to print path. Okay. Okay. So the source home is correct. Path is SRC. Okay. So the child should work normally. Yeah.
سي تيل ندير عاود داكشي التيل.
Oh, it actually did well. It actually. Oh, I know why. Sorry. I know why. So whenever there is an error, I print the arguments that you gave us,
اوكي.
not what we replaced them with.
So should
Okay.
do path.
Yeah. ولكن actually, and for me, this makes sense. You do tilde, no such file. This is like the shell implementation. The other problem I have is this, right? This should work.
Yeah. So
The
home
problem-
is this, the path is
I'll
this.
tell you what. When we remove this,
Okay.
we skip one character. This is what's remaining. An absolute path called /dev,
دير سكيب جوج.
right? So let me think.
سكيب جوج.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. دقيقة.
سكيب جوج.
Let me try on my shell. Okay. If I just do tilde, it takes me home. Yeah. If I do tilde, it says command not found. Tilde dev doesn't understand dev. Oh really? Yeah, I have dev. And if I do /dev, it understands /dev. Okay. What did you say? Skip 2.
Yeah, like did you implement CD or just use the system call?
So the system call didn't handle it.
A little bit of both.
So we use set current directory, which in itself, I think, calls changed dir, so the implementation of changed dir, but that doesn't handle tilde. Okay. The problem is our skips are going to be problematic. Here's what I mean. Okay. So /dev/crafters. Okay. Okay, it works. Do you want to test more?
I'm fine الصراحة. صافي بارك علينا.
All right. Let me just. We didn't do one more thing, which we are missing, Hinaya, which is we handle the case via tilde, but sometimes if you just write CD with empty args, we want to go home. So we can do that as well by itself.
CD with what?
Empty.
Do you want to cover if that's is that required by Codecrafters? If we're gonna support that, we want to support like CD ناقص وتردك last directory اللي كنتي فيها.
Oh really? كاين هذه؟
Yep.
Okay. I don't think they ask for it. Let's.
قول لي شنو كاين تما because
Okay. I'm keen to see the code example.
Yep. Go for it.
Yeah, actually true. So whatever the last comment is. I don't really look at the keyboard all the time, but some keys are very I don't have a map into them in my mind. So like whenever I'm doing the special characters in the numeric keys, I still have to grab a glance. Yeah, that's true. All right, let's look at the good example.
Sad but true.
Oh, actually, so
خلاص كنت بقات عندي جوج ديال التيلدات.
somebody else, if directory.land join split at 2.
صافي الا كنت كبر من 3 we expect it to be هكاك.
User input is probably like
راك غالط. شوف صاب شوف رجع can you put stuff in the form هبط لتحت. Can you add stuff to the form? Oh, you have to be a member.
yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay, fine.
I'm just exploring. I just want to look at the code examples, the other stuff.
You can go all the way to the bottom. Can you see the cd built-in home directory ذاك الاخر في هذا التشالنج هذاك and then شوف الكود كامل تما. يعني expand حتى اللاينز اللي الفوق ولا view it on GitHub if you want.
Oh, there's
want
no
to just look at the code.
expansion. Okay. All right, expand. So they just handle the tilde by itself. Otherwise, they do this, and they just print no such file of directory if they have an error. Okay. Yeah, they use the exist, so I think they have the same issue the directory that we had a
but
look
it
at.
passes their tests. But if you put if you put a non-binary ولا شيء لعيبة أخرى fails. But that's fine, you know.
I mean, the idea here is probably just to have people write something. Oh, there is a
write something.
Oh, you okay? Do they have a bot that explains the code? Interesting.
AI, my friend.
Okay.
What's the next part doing?
The next point is doing single quote.
Did you commit?
The next point is to commit. Let me commit.
Are there any questions from chat before we move on to the next one?
You. Good.
Okay. I don't see any questions, so do you want to take a 5-minute break?
More than 5.
Let's make it 7 minutes break. Then we get back.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, نسيت عاوتاني be right back screen. I don't have a be right back screen. Should have made one. All the pro streamers عندهم be right backs. ما عندناش be right backs.
Wait, can I make an AI one? So be right back.
Copyrights.
Okay. Let us be copyrighted. Adobe stock. Are we gonna be sued by Adobe? Ooh, the Apple one is nice.
Okay, we have very different definitions of nice, but that's fine.
No, just the colors and this the shades from shit. I mean, look at it.
It's an Apple fanboy, so it's fine. Everything that Apple makes looks good. The last iPhone is better than the previous one. Exactly.
غادي نديرو.
ما دير والو اصاحبي. موروكو فلاج. Go for it.
دراري.
مجلس الأحرار. صافي.
Enjoy. We'll be right back.
We'll be back. I'm back. خليل فينا هو مازال. I guess this is 7 minutes. In the meantime, الناس اللي مازالين كيتفرجوا, if you have any questions ولا but what we are making ولا generic questions, that was a good time for them while we wait. All right, let's look at the. I'm just exploring. علاش تيقلبوا بالك هنا. Quoting with single quotes here in the bash reference. Character sequences of the form something are treated as special kind of single quotes. Sequence expand to something something. Backslash escape characters in string replaces specified by the NCC standard backslash escape sequences if present are decoded as follows. There are a bunch of escape sequences, and then there's, I don't think we're gonna do string escaping now, I think. Because the goal is to get something like this working. Like you can send these and be able to uncode them. Okay, what else? Double quote. It's literal value of each character within the code except this. The backslash retains its special meaning when followed by this, or new line. Okay. Echo shells foo. Okay. Okay, we had to handle double quotes. Quoting with backslashes. An unquoted backslash is treated as an escape character. Literal value of the next character. So echo world script, so we want to preserve before this. And then we'll probably do the same, and this will mean backslash, and this will mean all right, escape characters for double quotes. enclosing characters in double quotes preserve the literal value of characters in the quotes. So that they're not $, ولا bucktick. I don't know how big this looks very small probably on your screens. And the bucktick, and then when history expansion is enabled, I'm not sure what this actually means. POSIX mode, it has no special meaning. Within double quotes, even when history expansion is enabled, the character $ and backtick retain their special meaning within double quotes. The backslash retains its special meaning only when followed by one of the following: this, or new line. Within a double quotes, backslash that are followed by one of these characters are removed. Backslash the preceding characters that are special meaning are left unmodified. A double quote, maybe. Okay, so فاش كنشوفوا this in a quoted environment فاش كدير slash. Okay, I guess خليل ارجع.
Yo.
Can I go back to your screen now?
Yes.
I was basically checking شنو هما الحوايج اللي جاي تابعنا, and it feels like a very big string problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll try. We'll give it like a 1 more hour. Maybe
45. Let's close it at
let's
10 sharp. See how far we can get.
maybe. Sure. Let's see how far we can get through this. And then chat could.
Help.
Does the channel have beginner friendly content? Well, I'm assuming this is beginner friendly as it gets. I'm assuming it's beginner friendly. If this is not beginner friendly, I would like to ask شنو هي beginner friendly according to your understanding.
Also, as well, guys, please don't mind stopping us to go over details, even if you, in your mind, think they are trivial. We always get an opportunity, myself the first one, to learn something new. So even if you think, oh no, this might look like a dummy question, right? Go for it. All right. So what do we have here? Read more about single quotes here.
Okay. So I'm showing your screen now. Okay, Khalil.
Yeah.
Can you zoom? Can you zoom in واحد شوية? I feel like even I like we can't read your screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that any better?
So yeah. So as I understand it, we want to support quotes.
So we can read more here.
So single quotes preserve the literal value of each character. A single quote might not occur between single quotes, even when preceded by a backslash.
Okay, this is great. This actually makes it easier because the backslash was on my mind.
Backslash is we'll have to deal with them like after, I guess.
I think my only concern, and I'm thinking, like, obviously, why do we need to support this is because we use a very simple version of splitting, which relies on spaces. Okay, so I'll actually give an example, right? Actually, I think it makes some sense, right? So let's say, guys, we have a command. And actually, it makes more sense when you have a command, ماشي echo. Well, echo also would showcase it, but let's say you have this, right? I need to come up with something. Say somehow cargo takes some file, and then you can do single quotes, and then you have a file name that has a space or some string in it. Like this is a message you want to print at the end. Okay. Hello. What we do here is first we split on the first space. This is not a problem, right? You would get something like cargo is the command, and then you would get args, right? All right. Now, sometimes what we do with args is we further split them by space when we want to have an array of arguments that we want to pass to the function we are calling. Yeah. So, en fait, شنو بغينا? We want this, right? We would love to change this to this, right? Args to be arg. But because the way we do args is we split by space, what ends up happening is that my actual args, like current implementation args, will be equal to this. It will be equal to -m equal hello, virgule, and then you're gonna have world. And these are not the right arguments that you want for your program. So that's just one use case. Obviously, echo is another one, right? So if you echo hello world, right, we would print this, right? Like an example screen, like $sign, whatever, head. But what you actually want to see is hello. So let's look at the other details that they specify here. It feels like they only care about echo for now. But what they don't necessarily tell us is, so then it will be all. Then it will also be. Yeah. So they would like us to basically, you can use echo as a split option and get the second element of the array. That would give us the args you want. Oh, very interesting. I don't know if you saw the comments, Ada. I'm trying
Which
to
one?
think about it. Latest one.
You can use echo as a split option and get the second element of the array that would give the args you want. Not sure what that means, to be honest.
Yeah. Maybe you can specify with one more example what you meant. My understanding roughly is that you want to use the actual echo command on the params to split them. All right.
So the way to do this is we need to find like when فاش كتبارسي الكمان كيبقى لك rest. Like rest you need to find out like to extract quoted portions.
Yes. You're not splitting.
You shouldn't just blindly split. You should parse. You should try to tokenize them basically. Like if you find a starting quote, you expect an ending quote.
Yeah.
And then anything in between is one arg.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. I understand. You wanna. He wants to actually call the actual echo with the args remaining.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that would work, but it can be cheaty in this use case.
Yeah, but exactly, it's cheating.
So
where do you want to change this? Fine echo. Can you go to the echo implementation?
Yeah.
Right. So before you do anything, you want to take the args and do something to them before you pass them to echo.
Yep.
So
and I feel like sorry, I stopped you. We'd have to do it in multiple places, right?
Yes. We should have a function that takes the args and extracts the parts of the args.
Right. Exactly.
So we might do it in parts. and then the command we can change the command signature from command rest to potentially command rest, while rest being a vector of parts.
Tokens.
Yeah.
Right.
Instead of like just a single string.
And the tokens would be, ideally, a token is either something that's surrounded by spaces or a whole section that falls within single quotes.
Within a single or double quotes.
Yeah. Well, for now, we're
For
going to
now, it's single. Yeah. For now, it's single.
So
how do we change parse?
I'm not going to change parse for now, right? I'll just start some kind of new function. Okay. And then we'll call it.
Just get like, it'll take, so this function will take a string, a stir, and it will give you a vector of stirs, which represent like the tokens from the initial string, right?
So it takes a string.
And then it'll give you a vec stir.
Yeah. So the first thing we need to process are single quotes. And so my idea, Anna, this is a very simplified idea, okay? Right? Which actually might not work. Okay? So let's say this is the actual string S, okay? A, B, single quote, okay? S, something, something, right? End of single quote, then something, okay? I can go from left to right. Whenever I see a single quote, it's like, oh, I'm open now, okay? And the thing is, there are two ways to go about it now. One of my ideas is to convert these to like some other ASCII code, so then I can split on space and then take these ASCII codes and change them back to spaces. Don't know if it makes sense. But the other one is, which is probably better. This one is more of a trick. There is no ASCII code you could use to replace space that could not be used within these boundaries. The other one is, as soon as you have an open space, take a buffer, start buffering into it until you reach an end space.
Yeah, I mean, like, just parse it as you would parse any programming language. If you make any lexer, like you would go through character by character.
Exactly.
If this one is a token, if this is anything that's not a quote, I'll just return it as it is. I'll keep, basically, if I need a stop, where there are like a few positions where I would have to make a decision. Whenever I'm at a space, whatever I constructed before is a token, and then I'll have to skip this one.
Yep.
If this is a token, if this is like a quote, I'll have to check if this is the beginning of an or an end of a quote. If it's the beginning of a quote, well, we'll have to create a new token. If it's the end of a quote, whatever I constructed before is the string.
Yep.
I guess we can do this.
One more thing is that I believe we should take care of is, let's say you have something along these lines.
Mm-hmm.
It should equal. Oh, this is interesting.
Which one?
Yeah. If you have like some value, some arg equal to some string value. Does it make sense what I'm thinking about? Yeah.
Yeah. Do we care about it? Do we care about it now?
No, we don't care about it now.
We don't.
Because our current implementation, if we do it for the case of the exercise, we're going to remove the single quotes.
Yep.
Okay. So
you're going to be left with dash s equals whatever.
Exactly. Right. Yep. So let's go for it now. And actually, what happens if you have something here?
If you have what?
Something like this.
That's a new string. Yeah.
So this is a new string, right?
Yes.
The output would be like this.
Yeah, من حساس ما ندير فاصلة ما بين تساوي وفين كانت الكود.
Really?
I guess.
Okay. All right. So this is, let's go for the simplified version. I mean, we can explore it further as needed.
Yeah, it has issues, but
All right, so I need I can match on chart. I hope so. Let's see. Can I compare a chart to an open code? Well, it's not possible.
you can.
Okay. But I cannot for loop over the indices. Can I for loop over the characters?
So what is it that you want to do again?
I just want a for loop, right?
Huh?
A for loop, right?
Uh-huh.
Character by character. Okay.
You cannot do character by character. You have to go through using an iterator, right? Okay.
Yes.
Is it?
Using an iterator. I have some variable called the current token, right? Makes sense?
Okay.
If this is not a stop token, I add it. If this is not a stop token, I add it to my current token. Otherwise, I will in place all of my current token back into like my array. So, example, but echo hello world, print hello. Interesting. I did not know this. Did not know this. So if I do echo, okay. Oh wow. Okay. So that's actually fine. It just means kind of deleting the single quotes, right? And it depends on what they're asking us to do. Right? If they're just asking us to delete the single quotes, we can do that.
I'm not sure. Not gonna lie. Okay, let's just do something.
Yeah, I'll do this idea. I'm not, the stop words will be the spaces and not the single quote. Single quote will be deleted. So what you'll end up with, Hanaya, is this for now. Okay, let's go with this way and tokenize on the spaces and just ignore the spaces within the single quotes. And that's the whole point, right? So let's go character by character and use some kind of variable that we can always add to, right?
Yeah, so use, can you?
So let's first get our, let's just do this, right? Can I do vec new or just okay.
You want it to be mutable, okay?
Yes, sir. So I'll write the logic very abstractly, right? For character in s.charts. This should also work, right?
It should, yes.
It should be fine. And so what I want to do is if c dot, do I have equal? Can I do this?
No.
Can I do case?
No, خصك اللي كتكومباري يكون between tokens باش يبقى كاركتر. انت ديك الساعه كتكومباري كاركتر و string.
Oh, so it has to be single quotes, yeah? Oh, it's perfect. So if c doubles equal. All right. So here, guys, we're just escaping the single quote. Hit it surrounded by single quotes. This is effectively like this for the computer, as far as I understand it. So if this is a single quote, we have a way of handling this, which is ignore.
But it depends. واش هذا الاول ولا الاخر؟
Open or closed. Exactly. Right. So we can use a variable, right? Immutable. اسمها open. And false. Can I toggle a
جرب. Open or equal.
Somebody they have a toggle function.
كسرت كسروا على وجه.
Yep. So this will just toggle it. And that's I always do it at the end. right?
So
And
if
if not open, لا, if open, so this is going to be a close. Okay.
so you want to do you want to add the token. So I guess like if it's not open.
I do nothing.
Oh, if it is open, okay. If it is
If it is
open, you
open,
want to do tokens dot push.
Nope.
Why not?
If you look at this example, there needs to be a space. So here
If there needs to be a space, then
we don't
why
need
why do we need to keep track if it's open or not?
Yeah, I just realized it, Anne. So if it's a quote, continue. I don't want to do anything. Is something broken with? Okay, sorry, perfect. What's up?
هبط لتحت كاع.
Yeah, and the return.
37 and just do tokens. اكتب tokens. Yeah.
Okay. Otherwise, I'll need
you need some sort of
mutable token. I feel like this is not going to allow me to push back into it.
Oh, you know what? There was a comment and then طلعت معي we'll need that if it's open. To know to ignore spaces إذا كان open.
Oh man. True. That's so true.
Which was the whole idea why we did this in the first place.
So open and variable one. Okay.
رغيب راه متبع إذا.
All right. So if C is equal to a space, all right, and not open, then tokens dot push.
Okay.
This will fail. I feel like I need to do a copy where I can hit like this same just to understand this, right? My token, okay, is an address str, which is a reference to a string. Yeah.
Yes.
Now I keep changing it and putting it into my vector. It's the same reference.
What you need to do
is to either copy it or like create a string literal, like the big one.
Yeah, but that will be a problem because you'll be referencing something that was created in the middle of this function. Once you want to return it, it's going to fail. So what you need to do is like keep track, token get seri, and you take a slice of the original string. Here it's put like a vector.
That's great. Okay. One more thing. There is no way to make this approach work. And I'll go with the other approach, Walikin. With the borrowing rules, the way they are, is there a way to make this work? By like cloning it and
I don't think so. So here's how I would explain it. Original Sterling is immutable.
Yes, sir.
You're trying to return a vector of immutable strings, which you will need to create inside the function.
Yeah.
So you'll drop them, whatever they point to, right, needs to outlive the scope of the function. And the only way this works is that if they point to the original string, they have the same lifetime as the original string.
And if I do this and
now
create
it should
new
be
strings, okay,
it should be possible. If you create and move them into the vector, it should be possible.
I see. Let's keep it with the same lifetime as the parameter. We never need. If somehow we lost the input and still needed to work with this wouldn't work because the lifetime would then be problematic, right? But we always keep that one. So Anaya, this is complaining because open true. Okay, and I do not need this, but I cannot work with indices. I cannot work because indices do not exist unless I do U8 and then assume ASCII, work on ASCII.
No, you shouldn't be doing this. I mean, like, can you see if there is an iterator over the I'm pretty sure there is something that allows you to do operations over UTF boundaries, over UTF-8 boundaries.
So you would what keep indexed over like these entities basically, and then
I will
slice.
keep the index over the UTF-8 boundary. So فاش غنزيد مثلا increment الindex,
Mm.
I will, even if I keep a byte index, I will increment by the number of bytes whatever this character is actually has.
Okay, I have no clue how to do this, so I'll have to look it up.
Just look at stirs, show if it which methods does it offer.
The primitive type,
Yeah, the primitive type.
the string slice.
شوف داك char indices شنو هما الاندسيز ديالها اش كيكونوا. Yeah. Chars of a string slice and their positions.
Okay.
Okay, UTF-8.
Finish UTF-8. This one.
لا يطلع لفوق. Through a string sliced by char, this method returns an integer of both chars as well as their byte position. So it reads the byte position. So هبط لي هذيك الاكزامبل تحتاني. So y غيعطيك 0.
L'accent the y is actually the UTF character. This one on top of the y.
Yeah, and then 3 is, note that 3 here, the previous character took up 2 bytes.
3 jumper.
So char indices that next 0 عطاهم y, and
That's
then
great. That's perfect.
No.
علاش؟
نشوف.
That's fine. I know my stops and my starts, right? Correctly.
Maybe that's fine. Maybe that's what you need.
What are you concerned about?
So my concerns are like which حيت الكاركترز اللي غيتعطاونا are now not the characters اللي كاينين. So if the first character is y, the second character is some garbage.
But it doesn't matter.
Right?
It doesn't matter.
Actually, let's get it's fine because we only match against things we care about. But now you have to match against bytes. Maybe.
Match
so حيت هذاك 1 is the byte position. So فاش غتاخد slice, you need to take the slice from the byte representation.
Oh yes, so I have to do bytes and then convert it into
and then actually convert it into a stir by doing a UTF-8 interpretation.
And how can there is a way to convert bytes to stir? Yeah.
Bytes to stir. I mean, you should from قلب على UTF-8 تما دير كنترول اف UTF-8 شوف واش كاينه شي ميثود فيها from UTF-8. Encode, stir from UTF-8 and then you give it a slice.
Okay, beautiful. Let's do it.
It needs a bit. Does it need unsafe? Is it unsafe?
Yeah, unsafe.
No, is it unsafe? I guess like the unsafe part is from raw parts. Is the unsafe?
We can look at this function now. From
find that function.
So I can't seem to find it. Let me just
في الدوكس نلقاه. It's not unsafe.
Nope. Awesome.
It's fine.
Okay, let's do it. So we're looking at our chart
with indices.
We get two things, Hanaya, which is I
and C. What is the state that you want to keep? Is it start and just last start of the channel?
Yeah, I think I'll just call it I.
Disappointing.
Okay, let's give it a proper name. So let's just call it start.
Do you want to make it mute?
No.
bitch. خلصنا منك ليه؟ فاش تقول لك كارغورا نقول كارون انت.
Okay, so somehow when we find this, what we want to do, and for now we'll do first. We're gonna slice from our array, which is
Right. So
from
yeah.
S.
So you'll have to do s dot as bytes.
Dot,
You have to convert to
Okay.
bytes. Yeah.
and then
And then
I'll
you do
slide
start
from
dot
this.
dot I. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then stir from UTF-8.
Yep. And no function associated. Type
There's
star.
std stir. You need std.
Import. What? Okay. All right. Expected but found.
Yeah, just take a reference
So who is expecting an address of U8 هنا?
from UTF-8, I believe.
Ah, I see. So here is where they want it. Okay. And so هنا starts ديالنا starts with 0. That's fine. And it gets reset here.
Yeah, and then you have to reset starts to I.
Ooh,
Yeah.
to I. Well, and then I'm gonna trim everything at the end.
Trim.
Yes, because now you're at a space.
I am at a space and it's not open.
So your eye had started.
شي ديك الكونديشن ديال 41 ما عجبانيش انا.
Why?
ديك حيت مخلطه. It does two things. So the else doesn't mean either. I can't
Why
know. Okay. So
There's no
I would
else.
do like exactly like I need to know like when is my space inside or outside.
Okay.
شو بعدا C. شو when you do C شو واش كاين فيها is space.
Okay. Sure.
شو does it have like an is space or something? Is white space.
white.
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
And if it's not open, then we need to end.
Okay. Else we do nothing actually. Else we just
actually we need to keep and we need to somehow know that the previous character is a white space.
There's something we missed with this slicing.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to remove the single quotes. Are we going to do it at the end?
Oh, we can do that. We can do that in any. If we assume that it's not open.
Single quotes don't matter with open or not open. This is the only place. This is the only place that will push into the tokens.
Ah, fuck.
Right? We'll let the end. Actually, we forgot about the end. Do we get none هنايا as the last character or we never get it? None. So when I iterate, do I get none?
Yeah, you'll get none.
We get none? Okay, so
فين wait, اسمح لي. فين؟
هذا.
No, why would you get none?
So I will never get the after the loop, I still need to push. That's what I'm saying. Because the last character in the string might not be a white space.
If it's not a white space.
هتصدف فاش توصل لها في الاخر. There is no white space for you to push basically this value. So
yeah, you'll have to handle that. Yeah.
Exactly. You need something there. I mean, one of the easy ways is just to add a space to this guy, potentially.
You cannot mutate it.
Yeah, I don't want to do that either. It might end up on a space. Anyway, let's forget about that for now. Okay.
Let's make sure that just make sure really that slicing works, and then we'll deal with removing quotes later.
Okay. So, what's wrong with you?
And not used. No.
Unused.
It does not need to be mutable.
Oh, really?
Why? Wait. No, it does. The hell?
I was just maybe عاقل على old version.
دخلك.
So if it's not white space, I don't care. Yeah.
If it's not white space, we skip. If it's white space, well, if it's not, now we care عاوتاني if it is white space and it's not open, ولكن الكاركتر اللي قبل منه كان white space. We just don't want to like add that as well. So you'll end up like with white space out. Right?
Can you repeat it?
So what if you have a white space and more a white space? Both so عندك character عندك quote end quote, yeah, then space and then space.
Fine. I'll do it at the end. I'll trim everything and empty strings will be deleted.
Can we do it without?
Yeah, I mean, you can do while loop and probably after this. You can consume more, no?
But that would kill your
It's
iterator.
obviously, look, start. You would like start to be the first non-white space character after you're done. Right? Is that correct?
Start non-space character. ايوه.
So
what I'm saying is like you keep moving to start.
So I could do something now. We'll just add another boolean, right?
So if C is white space, start كتساوي I plus 1. ديما.
Yeah, but you don't guarantee the double space issue, right? Do you?
Huh? Any space. Like if you're not open.
Okay. Makes sense.
So إذا كنتي برا, you keep advancing start ديما next one.
Got
Oh
it.
shit. No.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Plus 1, like because space is 1.
Yeah. And
but should you do it there if it's not open? What if it's open?
If it's open, no. If it's
It's
open,
we
you
wanna
keep those
it.
spaces.
Yeah, if it's
You
not
keep those-
open, we would just want to push it to
Ignore.
the next one.
We ignore.
But then will we get to it?
كيفاش?
No, this doesn't solve my problem. Sorry.
It doesn't solve your problem. لا,
It
for
doesn't
sure
solve
it doesn't solve your problem, right? Because when you
Yeah,
get to the
we-
next space, you still push.
Yeah, order of
Right.
iteration is a bitch. And
Well, there is a smart way to do it, right? Because if start is equal to the current character that you're trying to do this on, don't do this. So
it's yes, maybe. Start is equal to
starts needs to be different than the character NFA, and that means because last time it was a space, I made it I plus 1, found another space, it's actually the same I. Like I tried to say start is like index 4 is a space, index 5 is a space. I make start equal 5, the first space اللي هو 4. Then I find out that 5 is also a space. And so 5 is equal to 5 where I am. Let's not do anything. And just increment I. This should solve your problem. Does it not?
It should. Simple shell project with Rust. Yeah, it's following the Codecrafters
Not simple.
project. Well, it's kind of simple, but we're just, I don't know. Hey, it's in a bit. Details start to flow chewy. So what happens there? علاش كيتشكى
Some brace. I broke some brace.
وراه هي لتحت شتيها في 44 في الاخر ديال 44.
I hate it when they add it by themselves. Okay. Nice catch. Okay. So we still need to add the last guy. If there was no space at the end.
Yes.
So right. I can just check and start is less than the length of the array. If that's the case. So something I decide if start not Right, this should be the binary length. لا ولا it's not. Give me an example. Oh, okay. هذا fancy F. So it's actually the bit the Unicode size,
Yeah.
which is
Maybe
exactly what I want.
that's what you want. That's what you want.
So if this is the case, I just need to run this function again.
Yeah. And then I will be in s.len.
You are right. Can I just do this?
Yeah. Can we run this function in isolation? Can you write a test?
Yes. Is it the common test? Yeah. Or
Yeah, let's
actual-
just write a test. Yeah.
So let's say parts. Okay. Let me see, how do we write tests in there? Do you also look it up in the standard documentation?
No. Just do config. Just هبطل تحت create like a dummy module.
Oh, okay. So CFG, شهادة?
Yeah, you can do CFG. I mean, like, no, Diaz, like you have to do an attribute, like Diaz config tests. Yeah, and then Karoshayaka. And then config test.
هكا?
Yeah.
And then what?
And I'm not sure about the mod test, yeah.
Okay.
حيد ذاك البانج.
Oh.
So can you do use super dot yeah دو بوان then star باش تimporter كلشي لهذا الموديول هذا باش تخدم داكشي كيما بغيتي, and then you can create a function نسميها فن it works ولا تيست شي تخربيق. Yeah. Doesn't take anything, and then there أعطيها أنوطيها بدي attribute test.
أعطيها باش؟
ذاك الاتريبيوت سميتو تيست, داك دياز كروشي تيست. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So
now you give it شنو هو string.
let's do actually.
Yeah, do ذاك الاكزامبل اللي كان عندك نيت.
هذاك مشى.
معلم.
We can write a new one actually. Okay.
Yeah, just
so let's do hello world. dash s equal new port. I want to try some of the double spaces that we don't care about.
Let's make sure really that هادشي works. غير هادشي هذا works. We have big faith in that. Can you now do s? Yeah, just do parse s.
That's it.
Yeah, they let the results, like capture the actual vector.
واش نكتب actual test ديال expect to label?
No. Just do debug result.
That's
and
it.
then there assert false. تحت منه. Assert false. Just to make sure that the test fails.
All right.
You're printing that output. What happened? Yeah, it failed. Yeah, let's see the results. So hello world s.
We just need to remove the.
Just remove the quotes. Yeah.
This is great. Okay. So I want to do it as a first step, or do you want to do it each time we push?
So if you want to do it each time you push, you want to remember which ones you want to like. Feels a bit much, right? Yeah.
So let me get a string and s dot remove.
No, you don't need to. Like if you just want to find out if it starts with a. Would it always? No, it doesn't have to always start. If it starts with it, then.
But it doesn't start with it.
No, sometimes it will. Oh, actually, you know what? It doesn't have to.
Yeah, it doesn't have to. You can do --s equal, and then you can have hello # apostrophe, like # quote ELLO.
Yeah.
And I just can't I remove all occurrences?
I guess you can.
So is there like
Remove.
docs?
Go to the dogs. Go to the dogs.
Remove. Can I do str and then يفهمني شوية?
No.
String. Remove a char. Remove all.
No.
and then
Still have stir modules, it's not possible. I'm not even sure you can do this.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm not sure you can do whatever you wanted to do. Like this
You can
will
find.
have to. Can you join slices?
I mean, I can do into string, and I get a string, and I can do remove pattern, will I remove, and then do it again. Matches. How do they do matches? Matches ABC collects. Replace. I can do replace. Okay.
You're not gonna do which ones. All of this you can do on a string, which you didn't want to use in the first place.
Oh, are these strings, Mashi? Are you sure these are strings?
Replace returns a string.
It returns a string, but it's not a string. It works on like
on stir. Yeah.
What's the problem with returning a string?
Nothing. Just like heap allocations.
That's fine.
إذا كنت كتكتب شي ديال الراست كتجيك الحساسية ديال heap allocations.
Alright. Maybe we can trim matches, maybe.
Trim matches. Returns a string slice with the prefixes and suffixes.
Yeah. لا. It actually just removes from start and end. Trim end, trim ASCII start, ASCII end. Trim, maybe just trim is the regular one.
No.
The split will return a new array of strings, yeah?
Return an iterator, I guess, or
Can I split collect, but then there is heap allocation, yeah?
Anyways.
There was a parser. So which one did we say we want to do? Replace. Replace n. S replace n foo by new. What is this? The number of times I want to do it? Okay, let's replace all. Hi. Let's just replace. Okay. Aren't we gonna have issues with lifetimes once we take head string that we just?
Now you have to convert to move into a string demo. You have to create new strings out of the.
Yeah, it's that one only lives in that scope, and then it cannot be returned as a reference.
Yes.
Yeah.
So every one of those parts needs to create you need to create, like you need to do stir at to owned, I guess. Can you do it to owned before?
علاش ما عرفتش هنا S. What is S?
Maybe something is broken.
Right. What is okay? So tokens, vec of string, and then to iter. Yeah.
Yep.
Can I just do iter?
Can you do into iter?
What's the difference?
Actually, no. Into iter will take ownership of the values inside. So it'll assume really we don't. But wait, we're gonna collect anyways. So just do the into iter.
I'm confused at what you are saying, but let's first update this. This is a character. Yeah. La, it's a substring. Right? Okay. Make sense? علاش هادي address so I have to
Can you do into iter instead of iter?
so iter gives you a reference of whatever data you have inside, and iter gives you
So an
access
iter
to the
just
file.
takes references and assumes you still own the value. Like into iter just takes ownership of the underlying values.
But since the ownership is actually a reference, then you still get the references. Let's see if it works. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So now that our parse args seems to be working, we want to.
There is a nice optimization we could have did here.
Which is?
إذا لاحظتي باللي sometimes we don't need to, like some strings are unquoted.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But we create and do the replace anyways. And we do the heap allocation to convert it from a str to a string. Right?
Yeah, aren't you? So you would check. What would you do actually?
So sometimes instead of returning a string from a vector of a string, you return a vector of cows.
Of? It's cows.
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 Yeah. Cow. What is a cow?
Cows.
I know. Let me look at the standard library definition of a cow.
Yeah, cow. It's a cow.
I've seen it. A clone on right. Yeah, of course. I mean, who wouldn't think about Shno?
Yeah. So this is kind of an optimization where we return something. If you're not going to change it, you just return the borrowed value, and you don't change it. But if you have to change it, in that case, you do you return the owned value.
So it allow me to return either the references or the string.
Yeah, so like your borrowed value will be like a ref str, and then your owned value will be a string.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand. It's actually not okay. Cow implements. Do I care about this?
I don't think it makes the example here is not super great.
I don't know what absolute all here is doing. So it takes an input, which is an array of I32, an immutable reference to an I32 array. This is the way I'm reading it, right? And so it needs to do nothing with it. But if it's negative, it needs to have immutable access to it to change it. Right?
Yeah, so here they kind of showing how to use the API, but it's not a very good example for it. Like imagine having to change, like you have a bunch of strings and then you have a bunch of references to a string. See, apply واحد logic where if they have like a pattern, you will change them. If they don't have the pattern, you'll keep the same.
I see.
Now,
so
optimization is 100% ديال إذا عندك 100 character, like 100 string, and then only one of them is actually needs to be like recreated because you only mutate one. In that case, like it makes sense to actually just use the copy on write type on top, and then keep the reference to the 99 values, and then change just the one.
Oh, so this one would only. So what's the data type of my array?
The data type will be like from a vector of string to a vector of cow of string.
Okay, no, but like for each element of the array could be what and what, like beyond the cow. Like if you look underneath the cow,
it could be either a borrowed value, which will hold a reference to the original value, or an owned value, which is a new heap allocated in this case.
And how do I know which is which when I'm traversing this vector?
You know, because like there are enum values, so you can match as any
Match
other.
on them.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can know, I can get an array of cows,
Yeah.
right? So I get an array of cows, and then each value could be either be a reference atster or it could be an actual.
Mhm.
Okay.
But this is not really needed here. I just wanted you to know about this because it's one of the cool things you can do in Rust.
Would this be something like, or would you cow the whole vector?
No, you'd count just there, just the string.
So for
you
me,
probably do take something. Yeah, تما ذاك البارامتر اللي واقع غير lifetime.
okay. So an unnamed lifetime is all I need.
Yeah, it's fine.
So, and here,
You need to import from std borrow واقيلا.
okay. All right. And so should I only replace
So
if I find?
هنا what you do, yeah, هنا you'll have a function to check. Do I need to replace this or not?
Yeah. Okay. So in my map, I can do if, and I can just return or replace. Okay. Is that
You
sounds
can,
about
yeah,
right?
you will return a cow that borrowed or a cow that owned, depending on some check. Right?
Okay. Okay. So if the
Find, yeah,
it's character based, right?
yeah.
If the find, if let this is
If
a
let some, yeah, if some, if this is some something, yeah. Then in
okay.
that case, like you do replace, and then you return cow owned, I guess. Cow دو بوان باش تاخذ الفاريانت because it's an enum. Owned.
Own this.
Yeah,
Else.
and then else like cow borrowed.
Oh, this is nice.
And then
This is
S.
actually very nice.
You take an L, you take the S.
Okay.
And then you collect into
A value of type cannot be built from integer. Value of type str. Are those strs?
What does replace actually return?
String. From what I can tell. String. Okay.
A value of type cannot be built from
Value of str. So
trade
maybe
from
we should.
iterator is implemented for vet cow string for the trade implementation.
Maybe we should do str la, and it's fine.
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, it's seen in its borrowed form, but this is the owned form of it, right?
Ah, okay.
I think that should still be fine. Okay, so I returned the back cow of tokens. And then Hinaya for the rest. Is this gonna work perfectly well with everything else that we use? And Ati, because I think we need more time to dig into this, I'll just do it for now in Echo. Okay?
Yeah, we just want to do it for Echo.
Right? For now. And so instead of args, so let args equal parse args of args. And then I want to join them on space. Args.join space. Is this problematic?
ماشي كاركتر وقيلا string بغيتي.
Oh yeah. Probably can't do this in format. All right. Let's give it a shot.
Let's try it. Yeah.
And I still have a terminal. Yes. I'll run. Does empty string work? Okay. Hello world, and then echo. Yep.
Beautiful.
Whew. Now that took some energy. And guys, now we're using cows.
Quel cas, you know, he is basically feeding the cow.
Optimizing
Just
علاش عندنا optimizing suboptimal code. This
well,
parser is actually quite the only issue with this parser.
it's
Wait.
not a lie. Like if you look at the code overall, like performance is not really the main issue here. And I only brought this up because I think it's important. At the same time, Khalil is learning Rust.
Yeah.
So I thought this is an opportunity to show like a cow, which is funny, but at the same time very useful in a situation like تكون داير بحالك where in some contexts you will care about performance and about like memory allocations.
I have one question though.
Mhm.
How unoptimized, for example, is the parse args? I think
How what?
unoptimized. It should be linear, right? Because we, as far as I understand it, right? This is a reference. Slices are just references, right?
Mhm.
When I convert to as bytes, this is just an underlying representation. It's not creating a new as like byte representation.
Yes.
From UTF also seems to be a reference wrapper on top of that substring. So this should be constant time. This is linear in terms of time complexity. The only issue is there is another linear loop here, but this should still be linear in terms of the number of characters, right? So you iterate over every token, and for every token you iterate over its characters.
Yes.
So
It is linear.
I don't think you can do better if you have to traverse the string, but fair point when you look at everything. That's
looking at everything. ماشي على هذا الفانكشن بالضبط. This function بالضبط is fairly all right.
It's pretty good. Yeah. Let's see. Try CD, single quote, and you should keep in your current directory. Well, the issue is that we haven't implemented yet a single, like the single quotes for everything.
For everything.
That's the next thing, is we want to actually add this to like, because there is cat command that we also need to take care of according to the course.
I mean, doing the same thing for other commands. Actually, cat, but everything else basically.
This is gonna be. I mean, I just want to grab a sneak peek. Hey.
This has other issues. Like you can put the quotes inside of them, and then you have to deal with escape sequences and backslashes.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun next time. I think this part will be interesting.
And this is like I find like one of the most dreadful parts for the problem of quoting.
It is, but it is one of the like. This is the real issues, you know. Before we're just writing code, but we actually need to give it a proper thought to read through docs. But anyway, guys, do you want to wrap it up?
Yes. Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah.
All right, folks. 3 hours, 18 minutes is how long we did. It's not too bad. We didn't have a lot. We didn't have tests because Codecrafters ما خلوناش نديرو free, but that's fine. نهار غيجيو سبونسوريونا نقول لهم خلونا نتستي.
We could. I mean, I love the fact that we also touched on like testing now, so we could potentially use that also as a lever to write our own tests in the future.
How do you test this? It's not properly testable yet.
You just your parsers, probably. You just like
there's a bunch of tests that are things that are testable, but like we should like if I wanted to make this testable, probably I will isolate runs. Like every singular run, so you'll be able to isolate it and have it like total control over its input and outputs. So no prints, no no like access to stdin or stdout or stderr, and then just give it like random stuff and then see what it will output. But then like it'll be very tricky. I actually have to fork into executables.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's not great. So like testing this end to end, it'll be tricky. Maybe in a container.
I feel like it might be overkill. Probably if you actually build in the projects, maybe you want to do that.
Yeah, I mean, like, and I am not doing this. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
if
we're
I
not.
wanted to do this, like, in
Properly.
a production, to make it more production ready, like tests will probably have to go into some sort of container. Yeah. شرفات صباح على خير.
صباح على خير
الى
أصدقائي.
اللقاء حتى ما عرفتش فوقاش المره الجايه. Once we find time and motivation again.
To do string problems. See you guys.
Bye bye.